Welcome to an episode of Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to talk about trans bullets in Call of Duty, making the usual suspects go crazy. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. It's Pride Month again, and we all know what happened. The big corporations start virtue signaling LGBTQ colors everywhere because it's good for business. I don't think they would do it any other reason. Activision has released trans colored bullets and is driving the usual suspects insane. Grums is saying that these bullets being released by Activision encourages trans people to do mass shootings in real life, and he correlates them to recent mass shootings made by trans people. And of course, the other crazies, Alyssa Mercante, can't let it slide. He calls it disgusting, and she goes on defending trans people, obviously marginalized people, but at the same time letting Grums know that most of the mass shooters out there are cis white males. Alyssa Mercante hates white men, so she's always going to point out that most mass shooters are white people, white men, even though they are. Grums, he's fighting the cultural war on the other side, so he's always going to point out the others that do mass shootings. In this particular instance, because of the trans bullets, he's focusing on trans people. They're just on their little side of the fence, fighting their little cultural wars, and they're never ever going to see down the middle. They're never going to see eye to eye. Just going to be arguing their points, and arguing their points. I don't side with either of them, but the take that these trans bullets are going to inspire trans shooters in real life is a stretch. It's like back in the days when we used to argue that video games were violent and they used to make kids violent and they would act out on it, which has been debunked I don't know how many times. If you're violent, then you're violent. A video game's not going to do it. If you're violent, you might be attracted to violent video games. But it's not the video games that made you violent. So it's stupid to assume that trans bullets will make you a mass shooter if you're trans. But that's what he's implying. Why? Because it feeds the hate mob. That's the only reason why he does it. He don't give a shit about trans bullets or anything that Activision does to begin with. But he knows that he can get those rage clicks. And Liz Mercante, I mean, we know where she stands with everything. So this is an opportunity to show how disgusting Grims is. So today, the outrage mob is going to be upset at trans bullets. They're going to correlate them with trans mass shooters and saying that it's going to encourage them. Tomorrow, it's going to be something else. It's going to be a different game. But they're never going to let up. And I don't think I am either. Fuck these guys. Trying to ruin games for the rest of us when we're just trying to have some fun. That's going to do it for this episode. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.